Now, tell us about this event, and when is it exactly? Is it the 3rd or the 4th? I'm not sure.
It's a Tuesday morning, which is the 4th of March, which is in about 2.5 weeks' time. It's at the Wanderers Club, not the golf course or the cricket area. It's at the Wanderers Clubhouse entrance.
Yes.
You'd be directed if anybody is coming through to it. Please, as many people as possible can come and witness it. It's going to be broadcast, a lot of it live. And the idea is to actually get involved in something which is active and showing the correct way that people should behave on the road, instead of having talk shops, just talking about it, looking at figures, etc. We're not interested in that. We're interested that people should be safe on the roads. We're interested that people should be able to leave their home, get to their work, to their holiday destinations, or wherever they might be going, to their sports events, etc., and get home afterwards safely. Now, the event is designed for that.
Now, we'll come back to the event itself, but let's go back to the reasons why we're here today. What is the main cause of these tragic road accidents on our roads?
The number one cause appears to be alcohol involvement. If we have to look at the statistics, and just by the way, the revised figures have now come out, and they're actually very, very bad. The revised updated figure is 1,376 people killed. I'll repeat the figure, it's ginormous. 1,376 people killed over the festive season. Now, this is basically a 5.5-week period, which starts on the 1st of December 2013 and ends on the 7th of January 2014. There were 1,147 crashes, which had in that crash somebody dying, resulting in a total of 1,376 people dying as a result of road carnage over that period of time. Now, this is only still an unofficial figure.
Yes.
Because it still doesn't include any other adjustments like people who died in hospital, people who haven't been accounted for, and many a police station that might still have to make a return, or whose return for some reason or other didn't reach the central point where the statistics are done.
Now, what approaches or actions are being taken by government or road agencies in order to ensure that we do not have these accidents, or these tragic accidents rather, on our roads?
Right, speaking with respect to what's going to happen on March the 4th, Pick and Pay Stay Alert, Stay Alive have, as part of their ongoing campaign, which has been running since 1992, decided to do something which will be out of the ordinary, proactive, and not part of the normal events that happen during the course of the year, or their normal system of having presentations, TV, competitions, and other aspects which hopefully make the road safer. What we decided to do this time is to have a special event to focus on the problem areas. Now, let's use
and that is the main objective?
The main objective, and not for the 200, 300 or 400 people that will be there that day, because it's quite useless. And in fact, those 300, 400 people most likely are the people who are concerned and make sure that they drive carefully. The idea is to have it broadcast, and this we've been very successful in the backing that we've immediately had, to the rest of South Africa, where millions of viewers will, between the time of March the 4th and the Easter holiday period, because that is where we expect more problems to come in. Please don't get it wrong. There's problems on the road every day.
Yes.
But it reaches a crescendo around the times when people drink more. Full stop.
So what sort of activities on the day are you going to have to show people how to drive or behave correctly on the roads?
Right. The first is what we believe would be the main cause of the problems on the roads. And this is not a driving problem. It's a road user problem, the abuse of alcohol. You have people who are driving drunk. You have pedestrians who are stumbling into the road drunk. You have even certain cyclists who are under the influence and get onto their bike. The idea is to show how dangerous, this is one of the exercises that will be done on the day in question, it is to drive or to use the road, doesn't matter how you're using it, when you're under the influence of alcohol. In fact, the driver of a car is safer than a pedestrian who is drunk, because at least he has got a metal box around him. The pedestrian, it's a goner.
There's no protection.
Absolutely no protection. And believe me, the number of pedestrians who have been killed on the roads, and the hospitals will tell you that when they have somebody brought in being a pedestrian and having been knocked over, invariably that person is under the influence of alcohol. The figure I'm given to understand is far in excess of 60% of pedestrians brought in from a road crash are found to be under the influence of alcohol. So the first test is to show people, to show the watching public across South Africa, and of course those present will see it physically themselves, that drinking and driving, drinking and road use is exceptionally dangerous. What we've got for this is an American experimental system called the Drunk Buster goggles. What happens is that you put it over your eyes, it's turned on to a percentage of alcohol content that now your vision will be drunk, but the rest of your body is sober. So in different words, to put it quite simply, when you consume alcohol, your whole body is affected, from your brain to your legs, to your hand movement, to your eyes, to your hearing. In different words, you will not perceive that you're under the influence of alcohol. That's why many a person under the influence, oh, I'm not,
I'm okay, 100% I can drive.
Correct. But whether you like it or not, and tests all over the world have shown this, that your vision perception is detrimentally affected when under the influence of alcohol. So that's all that happens here, is that your vision becomes impaired to the extent of the amount of alcohol that you would have taken for that particular turn up of the goggles.
And people will be physically able to see what happens.
So in other words, their brain now is completely sober and their vision is not sober. Believe me, when people use it, in the experiments of course, and then take it off afterwards and do the same exercise afterwards, they will tell you outright, I will never ever try to do any activity, whether it's to work a machine, to lawn mow the grass, whatever it is, never mind even driving, or walking in the road, when under the influence of alcohol.
You have a very interesting one that you mentioned to me earlier off-site, is that you have a mat where you can actually show people. How does it work?
Okay. What we have also on the day, this is the second, well, it's not really an experiment, it's more a visual perception as to how one should use the road. The mat folds out to about the size of half a tennis court. What happens on this mat, there's a set of lights which work. In other words, the normal lights that we hope would be working in the roads when we're driving. Number two, there's stop streets, there's yield signs, there's a traffic circle, there's lanes, etc. On this mat, two children, which will be the best way of doing it, in front of the live audience and in front of the television cameras, will be taken through the circuit on the mat. It's simple, it's television friendly, it's audience friendly, and those are the type of incidences, stroke, where you'll be, whether you're a child as a pedestrian, whether you're 18, 19 years old as a learner driver or a cyclist, etc., or whether you're 50, 60 driving in the road in suburbia, taking your kids to school or going to the shopping area. So in different words, we're attending to what is basically 90% of the driving that people do. So you can see the correct way to approach the various items. In different words, you will learn from it that in other countries, not South Africa, that when a light turns yellow, you don't cross.
Yes.
In South Africa, you, of course, as you realize, cross on the yellow and just make sure it's not too red when you are still crossing, which, I mean, people who've been to people who've been to other countries will tell you, but that's just unheard of there.
You would find that even people don't know how to approach a circle.
100% correct. The circle is there. We've got the circle. So in different words, we have an instructor who will take a couple of children with. The idea is then to question the children. Why are we using children? Because it's going to be very user-friendly and it works well. Of course, adults can go through it as well. We've got absolutely no problem in that respect. But the idea is to make it as visual as possible for the millions of television viewers who will afterwards view it and hopefully learn from it the correct way, as you so rightly have said, to approach the traffic circle. What a set of lights really mean as opposed to what they see other people doing, and hopefully bring to the South African nation a spirit of, hang on a second, we were doing wrong, others were doing wrong. I might not be the person doing wrong, but hang on a second, thanks to me now, we can all hopefully go right in this particular respect. This mat, I believe, should serve as a fantastic exercise as to how to use the roads correctly.
So, The objective really is to teach people how to utilize our roads properly, and it's also a lifelong learnership on that particular day, because once you teach the youngsters, they will take that education with them through life. Is that what you're trying to achieve?
100% correct. The other objective, needless to say, is to have something that we can use permanently afterwards. By way of example, a year later, you yourself could use it on television, because it's not going to expire. The set of lights will not have different rules in a year's time.
And it's constant education.
Correct. You have to remind people. It's one of those things in life, no matter what you do, the reminder to people of the right way to do something is essential, and a continuous effort by those who hopefully will try in this instance to make the road safer for all South Africa's road users.
Now, we haven't got much time, Lawrence, but can you tell us where and how can viewers get in touch with the organization in order to attend on that particular day the event that we're talking about?
Right. Please, anybody can come. We welcome anybody to come there, and there will be the correct people to even ask questions of. And as you have just said, it will be continually under television viewership. Number one, a telephone number I'm going to give, which is 012 323 5847. I'll even give an email, so people can email. You will be responded to.
And it's on the screen right now, but you can carry
Already on the screen. Excellent. MMMB Group, spelled GROUP, it's one word, at law.co.za.
And it's open to the public, isn't it?
Most definitely. We want the public to see. In other words, this is no hidden thing. There's no hidden agenda. There's nothing over there that's been set up. It's live. It'll be recorded there, and people can see. And please, we even are asking that if anybody from the audience wants to volunteer and see how it works, whether during the actual event or slightly afterwards, absolutely no problem at all.
So it's all fun and education at the same time.
Well, may I put it to you quite simply, it's education. Hopefully those present will have a bit of fun, but the idea is very serious. What's happening on the roads, I know you use the word fun. Sure, hopefully we'll have fun there, hopefully we will. But it's not fun what's happening on the roads.
Yes, true.
It's an unbelievable tragedy for South Africa.
Thank you so much, Lawrence, for your time.